Well, hello everyone.
Yay.
Why are you here? Why did you decide to sacrifice your Saturday afternoon for a Toastmasters contest? I think that you belong to one of the two groups. Either you love Toastmasters and public speaking so much that you have come here to get inspired, or you are here because of FOMO, which is the fear of missing out. All your friends were going, and you was afraid that you would miss something very interesting if you didn't show up. So that's why you're here. The fear of missing out is a fear or perception that other people are having better lives, owning better things, and having more fun than you are. Though the phenomenon is quite new, the notion itself is quite old. We all have done something in our lives in order not to be left out or not to miss out on things. In fact, I think the fear of missing out might be the number one reason why teenagers start smoking, why they start skipping classes, and grown-ups start buying things they don't need or they actually can't afford, or do things they don't really like. The fear of missing out adds significant stress to our life. And it is aggravated nowadays by social media. Well, it is true, we do everything online. So it's quite natural that people tend to use internet as the place where they share their best experiences. And that is when the fear of missing out kicks in. Because all these picture-perfect experiences trigger one thing. Do you know what? They trigger envy. You look at the others and start comparing. This guy over there is making much more money than I do. He has bought his third car and they can't even afford to buy one. And this guy over there is traveling so often. I have lost count in how many countries he has been to. And I haven't even left Kazakhstan. And that guy over there, he wakes up every day at 6 a.m. and he does yoga. I can't even wake up early enough not to be late for work. And it goes on and on and on. Everybody can find something in other people's life that trigger one's envy. The fear of missing out adds significant stress into our life. It skews the perception of how happiness should look like. It ruins minds and lives. Therefore, it's dangerous. It's dangerous, and people think that we should avoid it by all means. But should we? No, we should not. I might sound controversial in my opinion, but hear me out. The guy with 3 cars might actually not say that his car was the present from his parents. Or the traveling guy might actually hate traveling. He does it only for his job. And he hates flying, and he's allergic to hotels. And the morning yoga guy, he actually does it because his wife makes him do it. So the main thing that you have to understand with the fear of missing out, that you're comparing your regular life to the highlights of the other side. And here's what I actually wanted to tell you. With a little caution and consideration, the fear of missing out can actually benefit us. It can kindle this competitive spirit in us that will drive us forward. Let's admit that fear itself can be a powerful and effective tool. We should fear a little bit, just enough to make us feel uncomfortable with the current situation, but not big enough to drown us or freeze us. People are doing incredible things. They're having the time of their lives. So if you're afraid that you're missing out, well, maybe you are. You are missing. The fear of missing out is everywhere. And every time we see it, we have to recognize it. Recognize and embrace this fear. I have come to a sudden revelation that, indeed, some of my significant achievements were because of my fear of missing out. This is my distinguished Toastmaster plate. But did you know that it would have never happened if it was not for my fear of missing out? I had a friend on Facebook who was a member of ATC back then, and she would post interesting pictures of ATC people, post information about Toastmasters, and I was so envious. I was feeling that I had something that was missing in my life. Something great was happening in my city, and I was not the part of it. And that fear brought me to Astana Toastmaster Club in January 2013. And look where I am now. Did you actually know that I learned Spanish because of my fear of missing out? 3 years ago, a Spanish student made an announcement on Facebook that she was giving classes to a very limited amount of people. It was winter. The classes were on weekends at 9 a.m. Not my favorite time of the day at all. But I joined this class. I joined because I was afraid that I would miss out on this perfect opportunity. And now, 3 years later, I am a certified B1 level holder, which is intermediate and enough to travel for summer siestas. And I run a Spanish-speaking club. So, bienvenido! Thanks to FOMO, I even took part in my first ever running competition. All this sudden buzz around marathons and running inspired me to take part in a highly intensive marathon of the Great Step. I have no idea what it's called, the marathon of the Great Step. If the route is high in the mountains, the elevation gain is up to 1,500 meters. I finished my 15-kilometer sprint route. Though it took me 3 hours and 2 minutes, and I was the last one to finish. But I did it. I did it, and I have never been more. I would have never experienced any of this amazing moments. I would have never met any of these amazing people. I would have never done anything that I have done if it was not for my fear of missing out. Every second, great things are happening to people around you. If you're afraid that you're missing out on something, recognize that fear. Embrace your fear. Don't let that fear hold you back. Instead, use it to drive yourself forward. Turn it to the right kind of fear that will motivate you to do more than you would normally do. The kind of fear that will push you to do things that you have never done before. The kind of fear that will make you explore your potential and find your true life purpose, to find your true capabilities, what you can do. Someone who is more stupid than you is making more money than you are. So maybe it's time that you get another job or ask for a raise. Someone is traveling more than you do. So maybe it's time you take a break from your job and start planning for your first ever vacation. Someone is doing morning yoga. Start doing yoga whatever time you want. Who said that it should be only at 6 a.m.? The fear of missing out should not become that fear that will burn you down. The fear of missing out can be that spark that ignites the changes that you've been longing for. The fear of missing out is your ticket out of comfort zone. And when we get out of comfort zone, incredible things happen to us. We have more adventures, we meet more new people, we become who we always have admired. So there is nothing wrong with the fear of missing out if you do it for yourself. And now, just for a second, think, what do you fear missing out?